we're going to explain how to automatically use a file path in your scripts. This is incredibly useful for automating tasks and making your programs more flexible. Instead of hard-coding the file path directly into your code, we'll learn methods to dynamically get the path, making your scripts more portable and less prone to errors. We'll cover a few common approaches, suitable for various programming languages and situations. 1. Using command line arguments. Many programming languages allow you to pass arguments when you run a script from the command line. This is a great way to specify the file path externally. For example, in Python, you could access the file path passed as the first argument using sysargfile. You'd then run your script like this: python myscript.py path to myfile.txt. This approach is straightforward and widely applicable. Remember to add error handling to check if the argument is provided and if the file actually exists at the given path. 2. Configuration files. Storing the file path in a configuration file, like a .ini or .json file, provides a more structured approach. Your script can read this configuration file at the start, extracting the file path. This is particularly useful when you need to change the file path without modifying the script's source code. Many libraries simplify reading and parsing configuration files. Python's config parser module, for instance, is excellent for .ini files, while the JSON module handles JSON files effectively. 3. Environment variables. Environment variables are system-level variables that can store various settings, including file paths. Your script can read these variables to get the path. This is beneficial for managing settings that might be different across various systems or users. The way you access environment variables depends on the programming language. In Python, you can use the os_environ dictionary. For example, file path is os.environ get my file path that. Setting the environment variable beforehand is crucial. 4. Relative paths. Instead of specifying the absolute path, the complete path from the root directory, use relative paths. A relative path is defined relative to the script's location. For example, if your script is in file home user r scripts, and your file is in file home user data my file text, a relative path would be data my file txt. This makes your script more portable, as it doesn't depend on the exact location on the file system. It's crucial to understand how relative paths work in your operating system. 5. GUI file selection. If you're building a graphical user interface, GUI application, provide a way for users to select the file interactively through a file dialog. This approach is user-friendly and eliminates the need to specify file paths manually. Most GUI frameworks have built-in functions for creating file dialogs. In Python with Kinter, you'd use kinter.fileDialog, ask OpenFileName. Remember to always include error handling in your script to gracefully manage situations where the file path is invalid or the file doesn't exist. Checking for these errors prevents your script from crashing unexpectedly. The optimal method depends on your specific needs and the context of your application.